On this episode of Infowars News, I will be covering the Florida shooting and sixth graders are asked about gay bars. That's a lot more, so stay tuned. For the week of February the 19th, 2017, this is the first article there, and it's an article written by Kit Daniels. The title is called Video, Second Shooter Reported in Florida Massacre. Eyewitness says she heard shots fired down the hall while talking to suspect. Update. Another witness also told media about other shooters. Eyewitness Alaska Mitkin, who believed they were the second shooter, said that she was walking with the accused suspect, Nicholas Cruz, which is spelled with a K, who the media previously spelled as Nicholas. After she heard shots being fired and told Cruz she was glad it wasn't him who was doing the shooting at the school in Florida. I was going downstairs and I heard a couple shots fired. Everyone was freaking out. There was a gun, and as we were walking the whole class together, I actually was speaking to the suspect. She even did all air quotes as I was speaking with him. He seemed very, I don't know what the word I would say, but he was very troubled in middle school, and I joked to him about it and said, I'm surprised you were the one who did it. I mean, and folks, this is getting really, really creepy now. I mean, seriously. I mean, you can see all the pictures here and videos here and everything else. I'm not going to go to those. But in Vegas, numerous eyewitnesses reported gunfire from multiple locations, and the accusations indicate several overlapping firearms, according to veterans of Delta Force, Navy SEALs, Green Berets, and other military outfits that Infowars has spoke to that who have first experienced firefights with automatic weapons. And then the article goes on here, but you can actually read it here. I mean, literally, folks. Something stinks to high heaven here. And this could be a false flag right here. And I don't know. I mean, this looks very, very suspicious, but I'll cover this more in the next article I will be putting up. Oh, great. Finally, I'm back. But anyway, folks, this is the second article here, and it's an article written by, Infowars.com. The title is called NSFW. Graphic video depicts Florida Massacre. Dead bodies and blood everywhere, as students escort it out of class. And this time, folks, I may not be able to play this video either. And folks, it's also video description, so if you get an illustration, please let them leave the room. Footage found online shows students being evacuated out of Majority and Stoneford Douglas High School in South Florida, where at least 17 people died and dozens more injured. Video graphics is below. And folks, I can't play it because my other recording software didn't just conked out on me. I'm not even sure if I'm able to record anything here because, stuff has been going on. But anyway, one student is being carried out of the classroom by police officers, and another one is lying in a pool of blood. As students are escorted through the hallway and are exited, they pass multiple bodies on the floor. In the footage below enters In a video, a SWAT team enters shouting, "Hands up," and telling students to put their cell phones away. And you can see all the videos here. But enough about that, folks. Here is Matt Bracken, a contributor and guest of Infowars, speaking about this type of thing.
You know, we're still in the first barely more than 24 hours, so there's a lot of noise and false reports. You know, reports of multiple shooters, like the back at the Beltway sniper, the white man in the white van. False reports can take on a life of their own. Echoes, things that are like in Las Vegas, multiple shooters from multiple positions, multiple buildings, often are a result of a cascade of police reports coming over top of one another, being heard as separate incidents.
Sure, but Vegas is now unraveled, and we're talking to witnesses, and we're airing witnesses that were with him while guns are going off, with Nicholas Cruz while they hear guns going off. That's pretty powerful.
Well, what was he doing at the school if he was expelled last year on the day of the shooting?
I'm not saying he's not a shooter. I'm not saying it didn't happen.
Right.
But, I mean, this is exactly what you were predicting Friday.
Well, I'm at this point, I have no reason to disbelieve that it's, you know, not his gun, his ammunition.
Well, I want to be clear. I'm not saying he wasn't a shooter. We don't know. I'm just saying the timing of this, the eyewitnesses, these are very credible. This isn't like, you know, we're thinking, you know, multiple reports of a shooter, so here there's multiple shooters because reports came in. We've got people saying they're talking to him while guns are going off. Have you seen those videos?
Well, no, that's going to have to be sorted out, obviously, and it probably won't be if it doesn't suit a national narrative, a network narrative. But at this point, I tend to think not necessarily are these things a conspiracy. A lot of times, like in Las Vegas, the cover-up is a result of police covering up incompetence. If, for example, the FBI had, you know, clear warnings about this guy last year, and you know, it got dropped into the bureaucratic cracks.
All right, thank you. As I'm coming on here today, there's been one student that has stepped forward to come on the Alex Jones Show and the War Room to talk about this. And pretty much they're saying that there's multiple shooters, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. They're pro Second Amendment, and they also like the big man himself. But the biggest thing here is this: the fact that technically these Fantastic Four, all you see is these four kids showing up on the news, pushing anti-gun junk. It's kind of exactly what you think. It's a setup, and they're now starting to absolutely cover this up as everything's trying to spiral out of control. But don't worry about it. This cover-up will fail too, because technically there were eyes pretty much everywhere, and I'm glad that other people weren't. Well, I'm glad all the kids weren't basically hurt. And if the teachers were armed, which actually one state, Colorado is completely doing, and not the state, but a school, the school of the original shooting, which happened at Columbine High School. For those who don't remember that part, you should remember that one. They now started to arm their teachers, so that's all it takes. You don't even want to go near anybody that basically is now packing heat. And they should have done this a long time ago too, but hey, whatever. This is the last article, and it's an article written by Karen McBring. The title is called 6-year-olds asked, how comfortable are you at a gay bar? 12-year-old administered all-odd sexual questionnaire. What in the actual? A teacher is under fire after giving a quiz to sixth grade students about asking how comfortable they are in a situation such as a meeting a male to male transsexual. What? Hilltop City, Texas. Students at North Richard Middle School were given multiple scenarios and asked to rate how they feel would be each situation on a scale of 1 to 4. Below are some of the 41 examples given, and you can see the examples right here. Touching on the sexual nature of the questionnaire, Ashley Bennett, mother of Wanderson, admitted, "I wasn't ready for my son to be exposed to this type of things, and nobody else, and they shouldn't be, lady." Birdsville ISD spokesman Mark Thomas commented, "We agree the survey was not appropriate and disciplinary actions was taken. The district said they are disciplining the teacher, but wasn't discussed specifics about the action taken." I mean, literally, they're pushing pedophile stuff on our kids. Seriously, I mean, whatever this teacher gets, they should just fire her immediately and just don't let her back anywhere near a classroom ever again for doing something like this. This is kind of stupid. This is dumb, and they are pushing pedophilia on our children. And that's all the articles I have for you today, folks. If you'd like to read more about these articles, please go to the links below, or go to Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. There you can find hundreds of articles, just like this one I have read for you today. This is the Infowars Newslist. I'm InfoGutum. For Film Minute number 3. Please like, subscribe, and donate. Bye-bye.